Hello guys, welcome back to STEM Traders. Now in the previous video we have seen integration by parts, in which we are applying integration by parts in definite and indefinite questions. So now we will see integration by parts when you have to apply it more than once. So this is my first question. Okay, so let's take I equal to this. So now I have to find integration of this. Now first thing is, whenever I see by parts, first I write the formula. U dv is equal to uv minus integration duv. That's one thing. Second thing I do is then I decide which is u, which function is u, which function is v, and that is based on ILATE or LIATE, whichever you like. I told you it doesn't matter for A levels. When you are solving very high level questions, I mean, then it sometimes matter, but otherwise it doesn't matter. Okay, ILATE. So one is exponential, trigonometric, exponential and trigonometric. So trigonometry comes first, exponential comes later. So I will assume my function u as sine x. So that's what the ILATE says. dv as e power x. Now actually this is a very special case. In this question, actually, it doesn't matter which function you take u, which function you take at dv. So even if you use ILATE, it's not wrong, it's correct. So you can actually use the opposite also. In this is a special question. So no problem. Okay, so let me use this ILATE, and u is sine x and dv is e power x. So then I find du. So differentiation, that is du by dx actually. So du by dx is cos x. And what is my v here? Integration is e power x is same. Okay, so now I will apply the formula. So I equals to u into v. So u is sine x, v is e power x minus integration of du into v. So du is cos x and v is e power x dx. So now in the previous questions, you can see that what happens is, when we apply by parts once, this second integration normally we were able to solve directly. But now you can say that it is cos x e power x. Again, we don't know the differentiation. So what we will do is, we will again apply the by parts. So let's apply this by parts again for cos x e power x. This is important. So okay, so for cos x e power x, it's the same thing. My u will be cos x, dv will be e power x, and du is differentiation of cos is minus sine x. This is important. And integration of dv, that is e power x, is same e power x. Okay, let's apply. So I is equal to sine x into e power x minus, okay, so we will apply for cos x e power x. So uv, so u is cos x, v is e power x minus integration of du into v. Du is minus sine x, v is e power x dx. Now when you apply this again, okay, let's first simplify this and see what's going on in this. So this is nothing but e power x sine x, and this is minus cos x e power x, and this minus minus, you have 3 minus, right? So 1 2 3, 3 minus, so it will become minus integration e power x sine x dx. Now you will observe here that this integral that we are getting when we applied by parts twice, second time, this integration is nothing but I only, that we are actually trying to find. So I can say actually my I is equal to, what is this? You can take this common also, but okay, no problem. E power x sine x minus e power x cos x minus I. So if I take this I to left side, then what I have is 2I equals e power x sin x minus e power x cos x. And I have to find I. So my I value is nothing but 1 over 2 into e power x sin x minus e power x cos x. You can take this e power x outside, that is common also, no problem. Plus c I am writing, because whenever we do indefinite integration we write c. So this is my complete answer for I. So in this I have applied by parts twice. And what happens is, this is a very special kind of by parts question. E power x or a power x into sin x or cos x. So you have to apply it twice. When you apply it, so the second time you will get the same integration. So then you solve for I. So this is my answer. I hope everyone understands this. Okay, let's go for the next question. Next integration is integration of ln x whole square dx. Again, the same thing. We discussed this similar kind of question in the previous video, that is integration of ln x. I think some of you might remember this. This is there. So we assumed ln x as 1 into ln x and then applied by parts. So similar kind of thing we have to do here if you have something like ln x whole square, because it's only one function. So we have to create another function, and we don't know the integration of ln x. We don't know the integration of ln x whole square also. So what we will do is, to simplify this, we will assume this as 1 into ln x whole square. And as I discussed in previous video also, ln x whole square cannot be dv. It has to be u, because if it is dv, then we don't know the integration of this, which is v. So it becomes problematic. Okay, so first thing that I do is always integration of u dv. Quickly write the formula, because in exam only one question will be there mostly. So there is no problem, you can write this du into v. So then again, what is my u here? As I explained, u will be ln x whole square, and my dv will be equal to 1. So my du value will be equal to differentiation of ln x whole square. I hope everyone understands the chain rule. Now chain rule says first power is 2. So 2 comes outside. We reduce the power of ln x by 1. And then whatever is inside the brackets. Ln x, differentiation of ln x is 1 over x. And then we have is v. So integration of 1 is x. Okay. So let's see what happens. This is equal to u into v. So u is ln x whole square into v. V is x minus integration of du into v. So du is actually 2 over x into ln x, right? Into v. V is actually x dx. Now you can again see this x we can cancel. Very good. It simplifies little bit. So what I am getting, let's write x ln x whole square minus 2 times integration of ln x dx. And I think we already did ln x dx in the previous video. This is my integration of ln x dx using ln x as u and 1 as dv. Okay, let's do this again, because there might be some students who are watching this for the first time. Okay, so what I will do is I will assume ln x as 1 into ln x, and I will again apply by parts. So in this case, my u is ln x, my v is 1, so my du by dx is 1 over x, and my v will be equal to x. So v is nothing but x. So let's apply by parts. So this is equal to x ln x whole square minus 2 in brackets, okay, uv. So ln x into x minus integration of du into v. So du is 1 over x, v is x, dx. X cancels. Let's write the final answer. So x ln x whole square minus, this will be 2x ln x, and this minus minus becomes plus. So plus 2, integration of 1 is x, and plus we always write c in indefinite integrations. That is our constant of integration. So this is my answer. I hope everyone understands this. So you might have to apply by parts twice. So sometimes you might have to apply it 3 times also, but that's very rare. Normally they don't give you these kind of questions in which you have to apply 3 times. But I have seen some books in which they have given question which you have to apply it more than twice. Okay. So now let's look at some more questions. Now our next question is integration of x square into secant square x into tan x. Now you can see we have more than 2 functions. So we have actually 3 functions. So now we might have to think a little bit of how to solve this question by parts. Okay, so first is I will write the formula. My formula is integration of u dv is equal to uv minus integration duv. Second thing is I will write isolate and I will think about which function I can take as u, which function I can take as dv. Now if I look this closely, I can see that x square is there and this I can take it as one function because this is trigonometry. Okay. So if I think like this, so which comes first? Algebraic comes first and trigonometry comes second. So if I look at this question like this, then I can say if I take my u as x square, let's see what happens. If I take my dv as this whole function, secant square x into tan x, if you have done enough integration, then you understand that we can easily find the integration of secant square x into tan x. We will see this, no problem. Okay, and then I first find du. My du value will be 2x. And what is my v value here? V is actually integration of this. So let me solve this separately here for some students. Okay, so I have integration of secant square x into tan x. Now I can use substitution in this. And if I look closely, if I take tan x as t, so differentiation of tan x is secant square x, right? So what I will do is I will use substitution. So tan x is t, then this integration will become nothing but t dt, because secant square x dx is dt. So my answer for this is nothing but t square over 2 plus c. That's the indefinite integration. And we know when we are writing v, we don't write c. So what is my answer? T square over 2. That is nothing but tan square x over 2. Okay, so I have now all these 4 values. Now let's see what happens if I apply by parts like this. So my first value is uv. U is x square. V is tan square x over 2. Minus integration of du into v. So du is 2x into tan square x over 2 dx. Okay, so I can cancel this 2. So I am finally getting as x square over 2 tan square x minus integration of x tan square x dx. Okay, Now again you can see we don't know actually the integration of x tan square x. So what we will do is we will try to apply by parts again in this. So I am erasing this integration. Okay, so let's see what happens. Actually we can do some changes in this which will make it simple. Okay, so let me do this. So we actually don't know the integration of tan square x, right? But if you think about it, we know the integration of secant square x, right? Integration of secant square x is tan x. So just to make this little more simple, what I will do is I will first make the change in this. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, we can do this here only. So this is equal to, I will make little change in this. So this will remain same. And in the integration, what I will do is instead of tan square x, I can write that as secant square x minus 1. Now again, why I am doing this? Because I know x times secant square x will be my one integration and x into minus 1 will be my second integration. And the purpose of doing this is secant square x integration I know, which will make it little more simple. Okay, so let's do this. So what I am finally getting is x square over 2 tan square x minus integration x secant square x, and this minus will become plus. So I can write plus my third integration or third value is x dx, which I can easily find. Okay, so now I have to apply by parts in the second integration because I don't know the value of this. So let's again do the same thing. We will use the UV rule. So what is my u here? Eilate. Algebraic comes before trigonometry. So my u is x, my v is secant square x. So my du is 1, my v value is integration of secant square x, that is tan x. So let's write this. So this is nothing but x square over 2 tan square x. Now I am writing integration of x dx first, that is x square over 2 minus. Okay, so this is u into v. So what is my u value is x, v is tan x minus integration of differentiation of first, that is du, that is 1 into v, that is tan x. Okay, now finally ultimately I have come down to integration of tan x, which we know integration of tan x is ln of secant x. So my final answer is x square over 2 tan square x plus x square over 2 minus x tan x, and this minus becomes plus. So plus integration of tan x is ln of secant x plus c. So this is my answer. So sometimes we might have to do this also, that some simple algebraic function is there, but second and third function are combination of trigonometry. So we might have to see what combinations work. And just to clarify you this, even if in this step, from this step to this step, we just made a small change, that is we write instead of tan square x secant square x minus 1. If you don't do this, then also you will get the same answer, no problem, but little bit more calculation is there. So that's why I first changed it to this, and then it's easy.